Hello.
Hey, it's Bret Michaels calling for my brother Ethan.
Bret, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I wanted to say a huge thank you for the last time you were in town, letting me and my brother Josh come up and sing on stage with you. One of the most awesome experiences of my life.
Best night ever. I still got all the photos to prove it.
It's funny that you're in this part of your career now that you can have the photos to prove it and share them, whereas back in the 80s, it's like, well, I got the pictures, but they're not going anywhere.
It was either on my old disc camera, right, which might take about 8 weeks to develop, right, or a Polaroid, and I didn't know how to get it to anybody. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do I get this? Now you can pop it up there and enjoy. We have the best of both worlds now. We've got the analog and digital world coming together in perfect harmony.
You had to go take the Polaroids, stick them on a Xerox, and make paper copies of a picture.
Exactly. Every photo was like Xerox, black and white, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It was just the outline of a face, and you hoped it was you.
You're like, I think that's me. No one can prove that it's not, so I'm just going to claim that it is.
Exactly.
All right, man. You're coming back. We're super excited. This time, it's live and amplified. So you are just a nonstop ball of energy, and I love this about you. And you're like, you know what? We've got the Parti-Gras, but hang on. We're going to do something else. We're going to do this tour with Tesla called Live and Amplified. How do you decide what's going to be what? Are you just like, let's throw a few shows together and name it something new for fun?
No, here's what we do. So I as I'm sitting around thinking in my brain, how do we just take it up a notch? We take the idea of the Parti-Gras, Mardi Gras has been with me since early Poison. If you go back to early Poison, I was always bringing people on stage. We were always going out with different bands. We would be out on the road with every style of music, playing, having a great time. But in the end, throughout my career, I can make claim to one thing. I've made a lot of great friends along the way, and anytime we cross paths, it's always, no pun intended, nothing but a good time. And like you, your brother, coming on stage, right? We're going to do the same thing this year. And then the Tesla guys have all been great friends. We toured back in the very early days with Poison, but never the Bret Michaels band and Tesla. So we got together on the phone, Brian and myself, and we said, how do we make this just a great night of rock and roll? And at the end, they'll roll up on stage with me. You guys, again, coming up on stage. We're going to bring a couple fans up there and just make it an absolute party. And I thought Live and Amplified is exactly what we're doing. We're going out there, big energy. Again, the catchphrase, all killer hits, no filler. You know, we're not staring at our shoes trying to get through the show. Leave everything on that stage. And again, with me, always grateful to be there. Always, I hit that stage with energy and excitement, and any bad moments I've had in my day, I just put it into the good energy on stage.
Well, and having been on stage with you even for just a few minutes, you know, the energy that the crowd gives you is such a beautiful feeling and an interior rush that most people don't unfortunately have the chance to experience. But so I know what you're talking about. When you feel that energy from the crowd, you're like, come on, we're just here to have a good time.
Yeah, no, and you, like I said, they were so cool. When we come back there, all my friends, and we do this show, it's the Baycare Sound, right?
Yeah.
And when we come there, it's a Saturday night, and all my friends there that booked this, and Bob Rossi and everybody, they allow us to have what we call the Platinum Party Pit, where fans that want to come down there, they want to rock, you know, and they're jumping. You felt it when you came on there. I know we talked about that, and we're talking about it now. It's a whole different level. Like there's this, you can't quite put your finger on it, but it takes everything up. Again, it's very live, very amplified, next level.
It totally is. And you're going out with Tesla, and I've talked to Frank Hannon a few times and Brian Weed a time or two. They obviously have a huge number of hits where they come out and they get to sit down and they kind of do this cool, chill solo, or not solo, but acoustic little set. You have a couple acoustic ditties up your sleeve as well, and I don't want to spoil any spoilers here, but are you guys working on like let's get together and do a little acoustic thing in the middle of the set?
I'm just saying that could possibly be happening. I can't either confirm or deny, but I definitely can't deny.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say. And I think that night, too, like to do Every Rose Has Its Thorns, something to believe in, to do something, because we do it all the time. It's sound check. We do it. Sometimes what happens with me, I have so much energy. It's my own fault that I love when you hear like something to believe in, and you hear the big drums and the Hammond B3 kick in and all that. But sometimes we might just maybe we just strip it down that night, pick one song, and just do it acoustically and make it incredible.
One of these days, we'll have to see when you're rolling through and you have an extra day on the front or back side of the show, maybe get you up here to our studios because we got a little performance theater. Have you do a little acoustic thing for some very special fans that could come in, if you have the time and you're down for that.
That would be awesome. And let me just say this. We will make that happen, but let me throw this in the suggestion pot here. Maybe we do a sound check party. Ooh. And they get to hear, like, you bring them out. We come out. It's a Saturday, hopefully an absolutely beautiful day. But whether it is or isn't, I bring 1,000%, and we bring some fans in, some special listeners to hear a sound check party that day. And we do a couple acoustics, or at least they'll hear what I do when we go through it. Because I did one thing to the Bret Michaels band. We put our time in. If anyone watches those videos before we go on stage, we go through all the songs, the harmonies, the guitar parts. It's not only with love, and it's good for the soul, but it's just making sure that show is right, since we strictly do live music.
I would love that, and if there's a way we can make that happen, let's 100% get that done, because I'd be happy to bring some people down there to hang out with you during the sound. It'd be rad.
That would be, let's just make it happen.
All right.
Put it into the universe, and we're going to make it happen.
You got it, my brother. Now, one thing, I don't know if you've talked to Brian. You talked to Brian, obviously, quite a bit. You're friends. You know his brother, and I'm not going to reveal any other secrets here, but his brother has a restaurant here in Tampa Bay that you guys are probably going to have to go check out at some point. Has he told you about that one?
Well, I have. I'm not going to say this because I didn't know whether I could unleash this, but there may be a bite to eat in there. That's all I'm going to say. There may be. We call it, if you're from Pennsylvania, you either go and see the Stillers or the Eagles, and you're going to get a bite. There's an A, bite to eat. So
it's a bite.
Bite to eat and bite to eat.
I love it. Obviously, we're going to have a huge party with the Bret Michaels band and Tesla. I wanted to go back just a little bit. I got to catch Poison on the stadium tour, and I put up a video that I recorded of CeCe's just insane guitar solo in tribute to Eddie Van Halen. That thing ended up going viral, getting over like 1 million views, which was crazy for me. But it was so cool seeing you guys back. CeCe, who joined the band in L.A., and he had auditioned for a couple bands that Slash had gotten the gig for. And so was it kind of kismet that he ended up joining you and Ricky and everybody?
Right. So here's the story. We were living behind a dry cleaner so we could rehearse in downtown Los Angeles, right? And our first guitar player, Matt, was out there with us. We had no money. We're living on sleeping bags on the floor. I can't make any of this up. Not one. I won't embellish anything. We were living on sleeping bags, dry cleaner, downtown L.A. Our guitar player's girlfriend had been out with us for a little bit. She was pregnant, and Matt did the right thing. We had no money. There's no way they could have existed the way we were living. And he did the right thing as a good human being and went home. And so we started auditioning, Ricky, Bobby, and myself. And the 3 guitar players that came down it was a ton of them, because Poison was a popular band on the club scene, but back then there's no money. I mean, no one, you're not making anything, right? You're surviving. And that didn't stop us. And the truth is, it came down to Slash, a guy named Steve Silva at that time that was playing with the Joe Perry Project, who was great. Slash was great, and CeCe, right? And each of them learned a couple of the songs we had written. And we had a band vote, and I was on the fence between Slash and CeCe. I was on the fence. I'm like, but Slash has this style and CeCe has this style. But in the end, it worked out incredibly great for both Guns N' Roses and Poison.
Yeah, like it had to work out that way because they're both amazing guitarists. They're both amazing bands, but I cannot picture if the positions were switched, CC and GNR and Slash and Poison, it's just not making sense in my head. So it had to be this way.
It's the way, for some reason, the universe lines up and things work right. The CC was, and that's why I want to make sure I go on the record. CC is an incredible guitar player. And because he's also crazy on stage, he can land on the ground, roll around, and still play the living bejesus out of that guitar. And I'm glad you posted that because CC is a great guitar player, and Poison, again, prides itself on live music. We go out there and play that live. We when we hit that stadium tour, it is 100% live music, and it's a great, honestly, it's a great show and that energy, and it's the same thing with the Bret Michaels band.
Yeah, and I've seen you live multiple times now, and as we mentioned earlier, I was on stage. You guys are plugged in. You're actually playing your instruments. That sound is 100% genuine, and it's always so killer.
Thank you, and I can't wait. We're going to be back there, and you know what's great is we come off the '80s cruise, right? I literally step off the ship and walk onto the stage in Pompano Beach the night before you, so Friday, March 6th. Then Saturday, March 7th, when I see you with Tesla, we're also going to celebrate an early birthday for me that night.
Whoa!
As my birthday is March 15th. And then we're going to jump back on the buses and head across the way. I believe we head to St. Augustine to the amphitheater there on Sunday.
Well, then we'll celebrate a dual birthday because my birthday is March 1st, and so that's going to be right in the middle of both of ours, and we both get cake.
We're going to split it right down the middle and celebrate. We're going to double down on this celebration.
It's got to go in somebody's face, though, at some point, out on stage.
It is. You know it is. I say we put it right in Brian's face.
Yes!
You know what I mean? Yeah, I know he'll take that well. Right in the middle of a good bass solo.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
All right.
Thank you again. Can't wait to see you, and let's make this acoustic sound check party happen, and I'd love to see you on stage again, my friend.
Yeah, and you know what we'll do with the sound check? We'll just make it a sound check because I do something to Believe in Every Rose acoustically just to get my guitar right.
Yep.
And then we'll do another song or two so they can hear it amplified, acoustic. But it really gives fans, it engages them, and we'll make it great. They get a chance to hear it, see it, and see the work we put in and what we do with sound check to get it ready for the show that night.
Absolutely. I'm all for it. We will make it happen, brother.
I can't wait, man. Thank you again for everything. Happy birthday early.
Yeah.
And I'll see you, if not sooner, I'll see you on the 7th.